Well, hello there, everybody. How are you doing? I know this is a late time for me. I guess it's early for some people, but I'm not one of those people that stays up all hours and out all night and stuff like that. I mean, I did at one point. I think we all have, right? But no more. I do have Mr. Chalupa is next to me. Now, Chalupa has had a rough day. He had to go and get to a dental cleaning, poor little thing. And coming home, he was making all kinds of noises. It was just so sad and pathetic. But he's laying by Mama right now, and he's quite comfy. I stopped to get McDonald's for myself. I don't go there very often, but I was hungry, and so I did. Had little Mr. Man on my lap and everything. And I ordered quarter pounder with cheese meal, and I had to pull around. But when I got home, after they had given it to me, because they didn't give it to me at the window, get upstairs and everything, look at it, and I'm like, this is completely not what I ordered. I ended up with two burgers called Homestyle Burger, which, I mean, not fixed anyway, like I like them. So I shared the patty with Salsa and Chalupa. So they were very happy about that. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just deal, but whatever. And I also went to the eye doctor myself today, which I did not then stay to pick out my glasses because it became really crowded. And I had to go get Chalupa because I already knew what time that I needed to pick him up anyway. And I'm not one for crowds and all of that kind of whatnot stuff. So I left. I will do that another day. So I am so glad that you guys are here. Thank you so very much for hopping on. I really appreciate it. And I do know that earlier today, Marty and Chris, they did their little show. And it's very interesting how all of a sudden, Mr. Man, speaking of Marty, has started changing things on his channel and removing things. And it's like, huh, what's up with that? Why are you doing that? Meanwhile, I do know Queen already had reacted to it, and she did bring up things that Gershminder had put up, as well as Honest Critic, and went over those things. But I just find that so very curious. And throughout it, because I did hear, I heard the Amigos today, the two Amigos. I mean, it seems like we dropped an Amigo, so we're just two, not three. And I'm like, they really seem to be up in arms and very upset. Now, of course, they're going to say that they're not. And they obviously said everything that I said was a complete lie. But it wasn't. And here's the thing, because I know people have been asking for receipts, which I have. And I tell you what, I'll show all my receipts, to the founders and others and everything that I have, as soon as Ash shows all of his. That's when I'll show mine to all of you guys. Because, I can back my stuff up. And just so Marty and Chris and Ash, just so you know, I've got more than 500 terabytes of historical ONPASSIVE and Ash adjacent videos, posts, comments, webinars, and documents. I can back up every single thing that I said in the article. And that's just one article. There will be more that will be forthcoming. So there you have it. Wow. Red had no internet issues. Interesting. And Mr. Singh, I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name, so thank you very much for joining. And Monhun says, hey, great way to start my Saturday morning. Well, good morning to you, sweetheart. Passive Land seems to be in shambles these past 24 hours. I wonder if Ash and the LCs have slept. I wonder that too. Bubbles the cat. What a great name. I love that. Mordecai, it's so nice to see you as well. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, is we are going to be taking a look at a video that Marty got rid of. But I already have it. You know, that's the thing. It's like, I guess he thinks, and I just suspect Ash gave him the marching orders to, get rid of blah, 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 blah. And so Marty's over there like busily just like following orders and getting rid of stuff and doing whatever he's told to do. Meanwhile, it doesn't really matter because when you already have it, you got it. So, get rid of what you want, Marty. I've already got it. Like I said, over 500 terabytes. There you go. I mean, I've got plenty of shit. Just saying. So today we will be taking a look at that video and, I will be pausing it here and there. But before we actually do all of that, we do need to play that very famous game, which is, can you hear it? Because I never know with my laptop because I have this thing that I attach that gives me a second screen, like where it needs to be. Because sometimes you can hear it one way. And then as soon as I think I know, like, okay, this is where I put it, then the next time it doesn't work like that. So we play the very famous game. Can you hear it? So that's what we are going to do right now. And so I'm going to start this and you're going to let me know in the chat. Somebody, be so very kind as to give me a signal, whether it's words or emojis, whatever you want to use to let me know if you can hear what is being said.
Hey, everybody.
And all Marty said was, hey, everybody. And then Chris was waving around whatever it was that I guess he had a mug or something. So let me know if you could hear that. And do notice that I do have this watermarked. That's special for you, Marty and Chris. Special for you, just so you can see it. So just let me know if you guys could hear that or not hear it. And if you can't hear it, then I know I'll have to do a little flippy-roo over here and we'll take it from there again. And with that said, I'm going to take a sip of my drink. You could hear it? All right, Monhan. Thank you, my love, so very much for letting me know. And that's surprising because, I was not thinking that you would from that position, but good to know that you can. So we'll just get right to it, shall we? All righty. Here we go. Now that is a very interesting pause of Chris right there. Sometimes when you pause these things, you literally don't know what you're going to get. All right. So let's go ahead and take it from the top.
What's up?
Morning.
Anyway, glad you're all here. I had a lot going on this morning, working on stuff, and some of it I didn't finish, but I got enough.
Why do I think some of that was getting rid of videos? Because, boy, he was busy doing that.
To be here. I apologize. I go to bed at like 2 in the morning and get up at 6, and I'm brain dead for like.
Marty, that's not healthy to have that kind of sleeping pattern. Why would you go to bed at 2 and then get up at 6? You should really be taking better care of yourself. That's very unhealthy. And I would advise you to get more sleep than that, especially at your age and everything. And, you don't seem to be the healthiest person in the world. So I would say you really need to get better sleep. Get better care of yourself.
Schedule for us lately.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for being here. Sorry I'm late. Today we're going to go over the Bahamas. It's been requested a few times and different. And once again, I want to say we're going over hypothetical numbers. None of this is really.
I just love that we're going over hypothetical numbers. So we all know none of it's real. It doesn't really matter that he's doing this. So I don't understand the point other than to fill time and to give him something to do. I guess so. He feels like he's being productive. But, when you're doing something based on, I mean, it's nothing grounded in reality. That's the thing that is just like so weird. Just like, okay, I'm just making this all up, but hey, I'm going to make it all up again, and we're going to do it over here this time. I just don't understand that whatsoever.
Anything. I also am working on a video that addresses everybody personally from me. But I do want to say something. Since I've been in this company, probably close to the beginning, there's been some people and some entities out there that just want to rip people apart. I happen to be one of them. And that's okay. I mean, obviously we're getting attention, right? I just want to make something very, very, very clear. A lot of stuff's being said. I believe this, and this is my personal opinion. Let's wait and see when we hear from the horse's mouth, okay? When we hear stuff from Ash. Now, I know a lot of people hear stuff and then they share it and then they believe it's true. How do I know? All the emails going around. If you don't know me by now or believe me by now, I'm not going to change your mind.
You know, I find it very interesting that he's opening this whole thing up of like, basically there's evil entities out there, which I guess he's referring to me since, you know, I'm the one that came out as like, oh, it's going to be called Unfusion. And why do I think he's also a bit butthurt that, you know, he didn't announce it to founders, that Gersmender did that before he did too. Hey, Beth, how are you, sweetheart? Exactly. They do make up things. That's exactly what Queen just said. They make up things, not us. Again, I got the proof. I got the evidence, boys. So, you know, I know Chris later is going to say that slander. It's not, you know, when it's the truth and you have evidence of it, it's not slander. But for some reason, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to be able to wrap his brain around that concept.
Sorry, I don't think I can do that. I wish you didn't if you're thinking negative. By the way, the company does not pay me to talk.
Wow. Out there already denying receiving payments. You know, doth thou protest too much, Mr. DeGarmo? I find that very interesting that he opens it up with evil entity, bad lying. And no, I'm not being paid. Well, as the article that I said, you're like, maybe you're not being paid now, but we do know that you were paid at a particular point in time. And perhaps you still are. We don't know. Monhun says, people sharing things and believe it all the time. Like when his business party, Mike Ellis, repeatedly claimed they were within weeks of launch 5 years, 4 years, 3 years ago, right? I mean, the things that Ellis has said, how much of that was real and how much of it was, you know, Pinocchio speaking? I think a lot of it was Pinocchio, in my opinion. I mean, because it's like, again, it's like, oh, it's just weeks away, it's moments away, it's, you know, it's minutes away. It's like, and then there was nothing. I never, oh gosh. Thank you, Monhun. I never received repeated $499 super stickers from Ash. Super swearsies. Don't look back. Right? Yeah, you know, that's the interesting thing about, you know, super stickers and super chats is, you know, we see those going by. I did a video on that too, you know, I shared that. So, you know, we know that you did get money in that way. And, you know, how else did you receive it, Marty? Huh?
Nothing. Okay, I'm going to be really frank with you, okay? I am in dire straits, like a lot of you, okay? Dire straits. Things happen. I wound up with another little short guy here.
And guess what? For each one of those little short guys, he does get something for that, to care for the children from the government, as far as I know, because usually when you are in charge of taking care of a child like that in this situation, there's some sort of government assistance that you are given to help for, defray the cost for food, for clothing, and all of that sort of stuff.
And remember, Dawn's not working. She can't work. We have all these kids. We can't. So we're struggling like most people. Now, for me, I'm talking for me now. I don't want to talk for you.
Hey, Magical Nev, nice to see you.
Whatever. There's a lot of rumors. This is happening. I'm getting this much money and all that. Well, all I can tell you is I'm not. And if I am, I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling, like I told you. These people right now, we have proof. I heard. Okay, well, give it to me and tell me what account it's in. I'm missing a lot of money then. Anyway, I would listen. I haven't worked in a regular job for 20 years. Another rumor went out. Well, he's got stuff in his wife's name. Yeah. I'm 400 freaking pounds.
Yeah, but you see, Marty, by you being in all these different little, things that you have joined by putting it in your wife's name, that's a way of dodging that you're getting income and you're on disability. That's kind of problematic, because when you're on disability, you're allowed only to make X number of dollars, and it can be different per state. And so, and then I'm also kind of wondering, did you report this income, from the super stickers and everything? Was that reported to the government, for you to pay taxes on that? Because that is considered income. Because if you didn't, that would be a problem. And that would be a problem that you created for yourself.
I could die any time of a heart attack.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm just telling everybody, this is reality. I put everything in my wife's name. I have from the very beginning. Everything. Everything's my wife's name.
When I joined Beachbody, I didn't put it in my husband's name. I put it in my name. When you join one of these, quote, opportunities, why do you put it in your wife's name? That's not legal to do that, sir. To just, that's misrepresenting right there.
I don't want to have to hurt him.
I wanted to say, I wanted to bring this up. Okay. Monhun said, or when Ash said last year, they were ramping up commission payouts. 10 on Monday, 100 on Tuesday, 1,000 later that week. Then the floodgates of payments to founders will start. When did that happen? Oh, it didn't, did it? Huh. It didn't. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I wonder if the kids get fed a balanced diet or if he has them on carnivore. I sure hope he doesn't have them on carnivore. Please, please, please do not do that to the children. Namaste to you, Sanju. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Good morning to you. And I'm so sorry I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name, but good morning. Thank you so very much for joining. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, founders, for joining. I appreciate you being here.
To mess with it if that guy here croaks. Am I working on my health? Yeah. Do I feel good? Yeah. But I'm just going to give you the facts. Those are the facts. Do I believe in this company more than anything in the planet besides God above? Without a doubt. Why? I've seen proof from day one that the person I'm following, Ash Mufareh, has never, ever lied to me. Never. Did things work out the way they should have? No. Bad things happen. But I went back, I looked at all the history of all these big companies, and bad things happen. And guess what? They had these little gnats and flies all over them when they were coming up through to launch a company, where people said, you're no good, this is no good, he's doing this, he's doing that. Go look in history, just go look. And that stuff doesn't bother me. it bothers me that people are listening to somebody that doesn't have an alternative. I just want to.
Sir, why is it when you're a consumer advocate, you're supposed to have an alternative? Because if I did have an alternative, you would then say, I'm trying to like steal people to get them to join whatever this thing that I'm offering, but I'm not doing that. There's no reason for me to say, oh, here's this alternative. Because I don't believe any of these people need what you've been peddling to them. They could actually find something where they're actually making money and not wasting their time for literally for years, because that's what has been happening. Or waiting to be paid commissions, which are never going to come their way, because the person who is responsible for those commissions, Muhammad Kamal, absconded to Egypt. And now with it becoming ONFUSION is a separate company, has nothing to do with ONPASSIVE. And Kamal isn't associated with it. It's only Ash. Nobody's going to get anything at all. Hey, Sherry, how are you? How are you? Oh, you did an entire video of what a consumer advocate is, and they still don't get it. Well, I think they're just choosing not to, which is really annoying. But you know what? To each their own. Maybe they will have some free time where they can learn about that in the future or something. Maybe that will happen. Maybe one day they'll be able to grasp that. Maybe one day that they will be an advocate for something and be like, oh, this is what they meant.
I'm going to tell you, if somebody said, Marty, I think you should be doing something else, and I said, what? And they offer something that I've done 1,000 times, I would say, no, thank you. There is no plan B. I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm not looking. I don't have any desire. I've done all that for 20.
But there is a plan B, because it's no longer going to be ONPASSIVE. It's going to be ONFUSION. So you're going to go from one thing that Ash offered to another thing that he's offering. So that is your plan B, is to continue to follow Ash wherever he goes and whatever he offers. Let's just get that clear. Hey, Angel, how are you? Good to see you.
But I just want to tell you, I will never try to convince you. I can't.
Oh my gosh, I will never try to convince you. I mean, you spend most all of your day trying to convince people of stuff. You're up here all the time. It's like 24/7. You're on every single stinking webinar, it seems like. The past 6 years, that's what you've been doing, is trying to convince people that this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. And yet, here everybody is, and they're looking in their little bucket. They're looking at their money tree. No money. Nothing. Oh, Marty. You're your own worst enemy, really.
I can just tell you who I am, and people that know me know who I am. If somebody is spending, this is really bizarre for me. Let's say I'm a moron, okay? And I'm in this company for 6 years. What an idiot. Am I an idiot, or the person chasing me telling me I'm wrong?
Who's chasing Marty? Is anybody chasing Marty? Because I know I'm not. I know Beth is, and I don't think Honest Critic is. I don't think anybody who speaks out about ONPASSIVE and Ash and talks about the lawsuit or anything. I don't think any of us are like chasing Marty around the internet or anything. I mean, that's just, we're not chasing you.
For 4 or 5 years. I think they look pretty dumb too, right? I mean, obviously I'm not listening to you, so go move on to somebody else.
Oh, gee, you're not listening. And yet you've done nothing but talk about it since this stream has started, which is 5 minutes, 31 seconds. That's all you're doing is talking about how you don't listen or talk, you just have nothing to do with whatever anybody says. And if you truly didn't, you wouldn't be talking about it, sir. I mean, it's kind of odd that you keep saying that. Who are you trying to convince? Everybody else or yourself?
I mean, I just don't understand that. And I don't understand why, while it's taking a while, it must be bad. No, bad.
No. It's not because it's taken a while that it's bad. It's the whole structure and everything. I mean, do we need to go over about the securities and how they weren't registered, and that's a problem, and that the structure of it being as like a pyramid according to the SEC, those things are a problem. Do we need to do you need to read that, or can you read the document yourself? I mean, maybe that's the problem. Maybe you can't get through that many pages. I don't know.
You're putting us here. I don't feel anything bad. Do what I like things have gone better and smoother and quicker? Yeah. But do I believe there's a reason for everything? Yeah. Why? Because every time something bad happens, a new door opens, it seems to be bigger and better. And by the way,
I'm very curious about this because this is something that they say often, how it just keeps getting better. How are you measuring better? Because I'm not seeing that at all. O-Connect has been gone for how many months? How is that better? That the one product that you could actually sell to people. Oh, wait, then you needed a processor to do that. Couldn't keep one around. How is that getting better? I explain that. That doesn't make any sense.
For all of us to have an opportunity that can change our lives, it has to be massive. I mean, that's not brain surgery. So what's going on is massive. Has Ash run into things that he didn't know were going to happen? Yes. Obviously. He didn't have a blueprint. Okay, Ash, this is month one.
And maybe that's part of the problem of not actually having a plan. Maybe he should have planned everything out. That might have been helpful, because typically that's what people do who run a large organization. They don't just pull it out of their ass day to day. Monhun says, he's probably spent hundreds of hours just on his lives trying to convince people to stay. Yes, absolutely. Not to mention all the frickin' webinars. Hope he tells his story about how after 98 years, he finally found ONPASSIVE. Oh my gosh, all of us have heard that story. How many times? It's just, oh goodness. Sherry says, poor Sherry continues to make the same statements in her videos. I know she does. And oh, that sweet lady. I mean, I just don't like that she's being deceived. I just really don't. And I don't like that they will parade her out here and there when it suits them. It bothers me.
This is what's going to happen. This is 137. And this crap is going to hit the fan, and you're going to do this and this and this, and then you get on the other side.
Well, usually when there is a plan, you are able to identify potential pitfalls, and then you have mitigation in place. So even though you may not know something is going to happen, you know what those risks are. You come up with those risks, you document risks, and then you have a way to mitigate risks should they arise. That's something that is helpful for organizations. But, hey, we're not talking about the typical one, right? We're talking about one that's like, you know what? Let's just wing it.
Side, and this, you don't have a magic, a crystal ball. Things happen. And something really good like this and big, bad things happen. I know it. I was expecting it. I didn't know what, but I knew it wasn't going to be a smooth ride.
Sure.
I thought through the journey and all of us talking and getting together and building a relationship that would help us get through it. Most of it did. That's why a lot of us are here, and it's okay. But I just want to say, whatever you're hearing, for one thing, if you hear something bad about me and Chris and you're wondering, then you really don't know me.
Yeah.
If you're not wondering, then that's great. But if you share it, you're not only wondering, you're starting to believe it. And if you believe it, there's nothing I can do. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not paid. I'm not paid. I have helped more people build a.
He really is denying that so strongly. I find that really comical. It's like, you know, it's only when things are true, when people lean into, that's not true, it's not true, it's not true. Because if it really didn't bother him, if it really wasn't true, he wouldn't even bother addressing it. He'd just like move on with his life. But, you know, pretty much showing his hand by standing up on this, you know, soapbox and just bitching about it.
Business than anybody else in this company, I believe. Myself, Mike, and Dan have helped other people build as much as anybody in this company. Let's put it that way. Maybe not more. So I'm not greedy. I want to make enough where I don't have to worry about money. I said that from the day.
I'm not greedy, and yet, So exactly who have you shared those donations that you received? You know, did you share those with all the people who signed up underneath you? What about the commissions that you did receive that one time? Did you share those with other people? You know, because you're not greedy, and you know you want to help people. Is that what you did?
Very beginning. I could go promote anything right now and make money. Guarantee it. But I don't want to. I want to build relationships. I want to have fun. That's why I go to trivia. I go here. But don't get this stupid thing in your mind that I'm piling money. Where's all this money coming from? We know that there's not money coming into the company. We know it. We're not selling anything. So come on. A little bit, use common sense. And anybody that spends their life, a living, their time on tearing other people down, I don't get that. I don't even understand.
We're not tearing other people down. We're pointing out falsehoods. There's a difference. If I just wanted to tear you down, I mean, I could talk about a lot of things that, you know, I'm just not going to say. I would say very unflattering type things about you. And it would be like personal attacks. But that's not what I'm doing, is it? There's no personal attacks. Granted, sometimes I might say, well, you know, not the brightest crayon in the box or something, but that's only because some of the things that you're saying don't make sense. So this whole tearing people down, yeah, no, not doing that. Just, you know, pointing out falsehoods and sharing truth.
In that. I really don't. I don't understand why you would waste that time, because some of those people are pretty sharp. They could have done things positive for people. But it's okay if people tear me down, but I just want to say, you know who.
You know, it actually is a positive thing if you're able to show people why an organization, a quote unquote company, is problematic. That is a positive thing, because then you can deter people from wasting their time and wasting their money. And they won't like just be doing that and getting nothing out of it, which is what has happened in this instance. That is a positive thing, Marty.
Who I am. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm here every day. You know everything about me. You're in my freaking living room. We shut off the TV. I got little guys here looking at me go,
hey, Mushroom.
Hurry up, I want to play. You know, I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. So I'm not negative. I just I don't get it. I don't get time and effort spent on negativity and people coming at.
How is it negative when you are being helpful and letting people know about a company that's problematic and the people who are promoting the problematic company? That's not being negative. I really don't this whole thing of like, they're just negative people. No, we're people who are against those who take advantage of others, which has occurred in this instance, and which you have been a part of that.
They could come after me. There's nothing I can do. They're going to play this. Look at Marty. He's crying on the camera. I'm not crying. I just don't get it. But the facts are, there was a time 4 years ago that I got COVID, and Dawn got it. Then the kids started getting it, and we were freaking out of commission. No, I didn't die. Obviously, I'm here. And at this point in time, I had built up a friendship with Mr. Mufareh, and he sent food to the house. Ooh, shut the barn down. He's paid for people's hotels, motels overseas. He's paid for stuff we don't even know. He's bought laptops. He's bought phones. He's bought motorcycles. He's bought cars. That's who he.
And what money did he use to buy those things? Could it be the money that people were paying to join ONPASSIVE? Just curious, just curious.
He is, okay? But paying me as an employee for the company, never, ever, ever.
I never said you were an employee of the company. Didn't do that. So you're kind of twisting that around. Maybe you just don't have a good memory. Maybe you should have taken notes, or maybe you should have the article pulled up so you could reference it so you don't, misspeak. That might be a good idea. Or maybe you should have talking points, like all written out so you know exactly what you're saying, and you're making sure that, it is accurate, because you're saying things that are inaccurate.
Ever happened. Ever. For one thing, I wouldn't take it because I would feel bad. The other thing is, Ash would never, ever do it. Ever. He said it from the very beginning. You can't work for the company and be an affiliate. Proven fact.
Again, who said that you were an employee? No one said that you were an employee. Man, you are really twisting that around. So, is that what happened? Did he have you coded as an employee? Huh? Is that what happened? And so now you're telling on yourself? Because that's not what was stated in the article. Do I need to tell you what was stated? Because I can do that, Marty. I most certainly can do that, because I have it pulled up. And I can read it to you. Let's see. Let me get there. Give me just a second. Gotta pull down. Let me see. Where is that? Okay. While ONPASSIVE Leadership Council members have known about this upcoming change for some time, they have continued to host their daily live webinars for other ONPASSIVE founders, during which they have failed to disclose the changes coming their way. This includes Marty, Dawn, DeGarmo, and Chris Johnson, both of which have been paid USD $8,000 monthly, $96,000 annually to be Ash's mouthpiece, at least through June 2024. We have the receipts, so feel free to deny and lie, Marty and Chris. Nowhere in that does it say that you were paid as an employee. Now, does it? Nope, it doesn't. Nope, it sure doesn't. So, maybe choose your words a bit more carefully.
Fact. Come on. for Kamal to come over, he had to give up his position. And he did. So let that go. And I don't want to talk about this ever again. If you think I'm that person and you're an unpassive, don't come to my live. I wouldn't listen to me. But if you don't, thank you. And I love everybody that's still fighting ahead, because when in a very short amount of time, this will all be gone. And by the way, if
What will all be gone? All of ONPASSIVE, all of ONFUSION, all of you like coming on doing streams. What exactly do you mean? Could you clarify that, please?
somebody had something on Mr. Mufareh, would he still be walking around after 6-7 years?
Sir, seriously? You are pulling that out? Like, oh, if anybody had anything, well, basically he would just be thrown in jail. I mean, that's basically kind of what you're saying. It doesn't work like that. It's called like due diligence. And remember, there is that lawsuit with the SEC, but that doesn't mean that other agencies are not, looking into things. And it doesn't mean that it's only the US either. There can be other things going on. And then all of a sudden, you're going to find out about it. You don't know. And there's, I would say there's a lot, an awful lot, whole big old bucket of a lot that is on him. So, and don't worry, you got your own mess to worry about. You got your own mess. You should worry about yourself. Queen says, the only time the company name is mentioned in the entire stream. Monhun says, it seems like they're using weasel words, almost like they're adding some conditions to what they're saying to make it true. Right? Wow. Mushroom, yep. Do they understand how long the legal system takes? No, they don't. They truly do not. I mean, the wheels of justice do not turn quickly. And that is to make sure that they have all the evidence that is needed. Didn't it take decades to take down Advocare, Enron, etc.? Well, typically it does. Again, it takes time. Both sides will, put forth motions and different things. I mean, stuff is going on, but there has been no updates to the case since September 30th of 2024. So, and this is also the season for depositions. And that's going to take some time to get all the depositions that are needed. And that should concern you guys. You should be more worried about that kind of stuff.
Come on, it just doesn't even make sense. But don't listen, I'm going to tell you something. If you got it somewhere where they're being negative, and by you going and look, it promotes them.
Going to where they're being negative, where people are speaking the truth and have evidence of it. Interesting. You're just negative. That is so weird how they keep saying that. And Mushroom, you're right, especially with white collar crime. Yeah, it takes a long time to get all that stuff together. Oh, Monhone, good point. Oh, I wonder if they've made the short list for the depositions and know it. I wonder. Oh, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for their depositions, wouldn't you guys? That'd be ever so interesting. Ever so interesting.
Listen, for me, some of the stuff being said now is slander.
No, sir. No, sir. If it is the truth, it is not slander. And remember, like 500 terabytes worth of stuff, sweetheart. I'm just saying. You can sit over here and call it slander all you want. It's not. You're basically just calling me a liar. Where is your evidence that I am lying? Can you point to something that was a lie? So please do. Please point specifically to what I lied about. I'd like to know.
And that's a different story. And I can work on that privately. It has nothing to do with you guys. But, I mean, it's going too far. Let's just, look, you can say he's fat, he's goofy looking, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's lying about, okay. But when you
And guess what? I don't say those things. I don't think anybody says those things. That's what's so funny. Hey, Baron, how are you, sweetie?
start attacking people personally, it's just not true. I'm not getting paid by the company. I can't.
That is not being attacked personally to say that you have been paid. Holy shit. Why do you think that that is, that is goodness. You know what? And Marty, also, if you think what I am saying is slander, I can pull instances where you have done the same. Even things that were directed at myself and at Queen that were slanderous. I can do that. Would you like me to do that? Because you have done that. There's evidence of that. There's no evidence of anything that I have written or said is slanderous, other than you just going, it's slander because I say so. And that's not how it works, sir. That's not how slander works. But good try. You know a word. You just don't really know what it means and how to apply it. But okay, you know a word.
Get paid by the company, and I won't. How am I going to get paid by the company? Dawn's going to get paid by the company. I'm not taking a salary for anything. Frick, I'm barely surviving. Anyway, I'm going to get that out in the.
And no one ever said that you were getting a salary. You just said that, sir. Interesting choice of words, isn't it? That he used salary? Because that's not what I used. Again, I think he tells on himself. That's what it seems like to me. Oh, you are an interesting character, Marty.
Open. I don't want to talk about this ever again. But remember, if you think something's true and don't send it to me, I'll tell you what the truth is. Frick, you know my whole life. All of you know my whole life. I've been in front of this camera 6 years, 5 years. You know my dogs, you know my bird, you know this little guy.
And so just because they know all of that, that means that they know that you're speaking the truth? Is that what we're going with? That because you know about my bird and you know about my grandkids and because I'm sitting here 24/7, 365 and never get up out of this brown chair, okay, I'm exaggerating with that. Then you're being truthful? Because that correlation doesn't work. It just doesn't. Sorry, sir, that doesn't work.
Dawn, my Christmas trees, now dog's about to come up and lick me in the face. I knew it. Anyway, no, maybe I'll spare.
The dog is cute. Monhun says, imagine the discovery if he tried to peruse a case against you. He would have to give up all the communication he's ever had with Ash and other LCs. I wonder if he's thought about that. Oh, I'm quite sure he hasn't. And, he probably also doesn't realize this, that even if he erases his, text messages, there's still a digital footprint. And it still can be recovered. Yeah. Yeah. For all you guys. And Mushroom, you are right. Any lawyer would laugh in his face. And Baron says, slander requires proof of if I can speak here, reputational harm, which requires having a reputation to harm. Oh, gosh. Funny how these guys expose themselves. It's called leaking. And this dude is especially guilty of it. I mean, yeah, he completely tells on himself all the time, all the time. Monhan says, I won't ever talk about this again. Thank goodness, because there's no room for negativity and anger in ONPASSIVE fusion to Ashland. Wow. Never, never. Hey there, Chris. How are you doing, sweetie? I'm glad you could hop on. It's nice to see everyone.
I'll get spared out. Anyway, so I'm so happy he's not looking at me. But thank you, everybody. I really think, and you don't want to hear this. I'm really not whining. I just don't get it. I don't like it because I think we can move forward. I love going to different countries and making up stuff. And I am doing a video.
Oh, that's great. I love going to other countries and making up stuff because all of this stuff that he's doing about income is completely made up. There's nothing factual about it. And there he is admitting it. It's like, I'm just making this shit up. And that's helpful, isn't it? To have somebody just completely make bullshit up. For what purpose? I mean, I'm confused as to what purpose that serves.
Explains my personal opinion. But trust me, I don't want to convince you of anything. I never want to talk you into staying in this journey. Never. Never. I want to explain it. I hope you see what I see. And that's all I can hope for. Do I want to twist your arm and talk you into it? No. Why? Because I'm going to have to do it every day. When you feel like I feel, you're here. If you don't, you're not. But if you don't feel it, what do you have to lose? Walk away. We're not.
And that's the best advice right there that you could give any of the founders is to walk away. That's great advice, Marty. And I hope they take you up on that. And they do just that, is walk away before, the offering for ONFUSION comes their way. Monhun says, I'm not sure, Mushroom, what you wanted to have clipped for later, but clip away. Not only has he been making up things, he's made income claims that are in violation of U.S. and other countries' regulations. Yep, you have, sir. Yeah. Do you realize that, you have created more trouble for yourself? And for apparently you're fine with that, You'll die on that hill and think it's perfectly fine to do that. And here we are, 13 minutes and 22 seconds into this video, which is 50 minutes and 48 seconds. And that's all he's been doing is bitching about those who speak out.
Owed anything. For what? $97 I spent 6 years ago, and I got a video conferencing platform for like a year and a half. Come on. And he gave the money back so I could pay for that monthly thing, what I got for 13 months, 14, 15 months. It just seems ridiculous to me. What money is he collecting? I've been in all of the businesses before ONPASSIVE. I paid a monthly payment every month.
Okay, got it.
No matter how much I made. In the first 5-6 years, I made nothing that's worth talking about. If I broke even, I was celebrating, which cost every cent I broke even. Now I'm in the debt again. Never. I paid every month, $100, $200, $150, $100, every single month. I paid $97 6 years ago. Come on. Love y'all. Anyway, we're going to go to the Bahamas. Wait a minute. I don't know if it's the Bahamas. I might have talked myself out of a memory lapse here. Hold on. Anyway, love y'all. I mean that. Don't take this negative. I know it's going to blow. Don't go to these channels. If you go to the channels, they win. If they have something to offer you, plan B, and it's better than this, take it. If you're getting better than what Mr. Mufareh can offer, go get it. No, I'm telling everybody, you got a plan B that's better than this, frickin' run.
Again, I don't need to be offering something to other people. Just because I speak out against ONPASSIVE, ONFUSION, whatever it is Ash is offering, that doesn't mean I need to say, well, Don't do what Ash is offering, but look, I have this. The only thing I can say is like, hey, you want to learn how to, make some handmade soap? That's what I'm doing, because I enjoy it. I'll also paint some ceramics too. I'll also do some paintings. I do some little art stuff because I enjoy it. Oh, making candles too. And do you see me like creating a course to sell to people how to do any of that? No, I'm not. I'm not. May I one day sell my stuff online? Perhaps, maybe. But right now it's just local. And that's fine. But I don't understand why there's an expectation that you think that there's an expectation that I should have something to offer. And whatever that thing is, it needs to be better than what Ash is offering. And what Ash has offered so far has paid people how much? How much are they earning month to month? I didn't hear you, Marty. How much was that again? Oh, 0? Oh, okay. So they're getting nothing out of it other than showing up at these webinars and stuff and, being cheerleaders. That's it. How is that helping them?
For the hills. Go, go, go. Newsflash. There's nothing there. This is the best thing you could ever hope for. Anyway, here's the Bahamas. Chris, smile. There we go. Look at that head. All right, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, today let's go to the Bahamas. I have a lot of friends and what I consider family in Bahamas for sure. So, let's see what we got going on here. Now, Bahamas are a territory of the United States. And I have a breakdown here. This fluctuates too, by the way. But we have the Bahamas, Nassau, and Freeport. They got BSD. That's what their money's considered, but it's equivalent to a US dollar. It's 1-to-1. So it makes this very, very simple.
Hey, sweet God.
So the annual income in the Bahamas is $46,700. Monthly comes out to $3,892, and then you have the commissions there. Now, by the way, the commissions are just hypothetical. It could be any number. Okay, so I don't want to emphasize because I got to watch what I say. People think, well, that's what we're getting. I don't know. I believe we will be paid unbelievably.
I believe we'll be paid because you don't fucking know. So again, you're wasting your time. You're wasting other people's time who are watching this nonsense because none of it's based in reality. It's just silly. It is absolutely silly for you to do this.
Generously, okay? Let's put it that way. I think we'll do very well. We know that already.
And Monhan just said, good point, Monhan. Thank you for sharing this. He just lied again. He said he paid only $97 6 years and got a year of video conferencing service. He paid the other $143, but forgot to mention that he can't keep his story straight. Wow. Very true. And then says, the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Wow. Yeah. Bahamas are not part of the USA. Hey there, Angel. I think I said hi to you earlier. This is the type of report I'd expect my 6-year-old nephew to give as a homework assignment. You know what? I bet your nephew would do a better job. Because I think your nephew would probably like cite sources or something, because I don't think he has cited any sources.
already. But I just wanted to show that different areas like the Bahamas, right? You can look at that and say, well, I'm making $3,892 a month, or $3,167, or $3,120 in Freeport, and say, if I could make 50% of that a month, 50% more, which would be $1,500, $1,600, that would be, what a blessing that would be for most people, right? Because getting a 50% increase in what you're bringing home is mind-blowing. And we're going to, and let me explain this again. Here's the cool thing about the company that we're in. We're not going to have one product. We're not going to have two. We're not going to have three. We're going to have many.
You don't know
And
how
we're
many.
going to be in many sectors, from video conferencing to page building. We're going to be into education, which is huge. Education's such a big deal for.
So basically what you're saying, Marty, is everything that ONPASSIVE was saying that they were going to do, that's what ONFUSION is going to do. Is that what you're saying? Because we know that you were given heads up of something. And what's really interesting also is how you keep using this, $25 of commission, because, in my article, I stated the new OConnect offered under the ONFUSION brand is based on the prior ONPASSIVE OConnect code base and will be offered at a lower price with fewer features. Under ONPASSIVE, OConnect was priced at $125 monthly for a capacity of 10,000 attendees. Under ONFUSION, OConnect will be offered at $75 monthly for a significantly reduced capacity of 500 attendees. The new OConnect will have 95% reduced capacity while seeing a price reduction of only 40%. In addition, we have been informed that Ash will be going back to his original plan for ONPASSIVE, under which the 3 and it's free was instituted. The 100% commission payout for the first customer ONPASSIVE offered will be eliminated under the new ONFUSION compensation plan, where founders and affiliates will receive $25 for each $75 subscription sold. Kind of convenient that you've been using $25. I wonder why. We have been told this is subject to change, but is currently the scenario most likely at the time of ONFUSION's launch. Isn't that curious how that aligns to what I said? I wonder why he chose $25. It's just interesting. Just interesting. Barron says, notice this report doesn't mention any specific company. Very true. Monhun says, he forgot to delete his chat GPT prompts in a couple of these videos. That's his source. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. That's hilarious. So he's so messy, he can't delete his prompts. For fuck's sake. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Angel says, that's true. I am underselling my nephew. He currently is learning Chinese and can write his alphabet and numbers in English and Chinese. Proud auntie. Wow, that is fantastic, Angel. Thank you so much for sharing that. In the education, not the education. And Barron says, I can feel my lifetime of mathematical bleeding out through my ears. Oh, Steamship says, I'm late. I don't know what any of this is. It's Marty spouting nonsense, sweetheart, and is also Marty going off on the fact that, I leaked shit out, and he's like denying the fact that he was paid. He's just denying everything. And he's saying, well, then if there's something better that's being offered, and my retort is like, why do I need to have anything that's better. And basically is what's better than on passive than basically anything else, because what are people getting out of that? They haven't gotten anything. Who's making any money? I mean, month to month. I think if people are owed commissions. Oh, and they're not going to get commissions paid. Why is that? Oh, that's because Muhammad Kamal is the one that owes them commissions. Where is he? Oh, he went to Egypt. So will they get their money? Nope. Is ONFUSION, does that have anything to do with ONPASSIVE? Nope. It's a completely separate company. Okay, that you're caught up now.
Mr. Mufareh always has been. I love the idea of getting involved in education, online e-learning, because my grandchildren, thank God, are very, very smart kids. But schooling's a mess, and I'm not blaming the teachers, but schooling's a mess. So many people send their kids to go there as babysitters, and they're not. They're there to educate our children. But I think if we can get better education around the world, where anybody, not because of where you live or where you're born, can get a really, really good education. I think we're working towards that. So that'll be.
And you think that ONPASSIVE is going to be providing that education? Are you completely unaware of online schools that already exist, online curriculums that exist that are aligned, like, I mean, in the US that are aligned to the state objectives and then to district objectives, because everything has to be aligned? I mean, you can't just be like, yep, we're the best school because, I say so. You got to be accredited and shit, And I just don't see that going well even if it was tried, but it will never get to that point. I suspect it will never reach that point. I mean, that's just like wishful thinking.
Be fantastic. Anyway, here's what I want you to look at. To match these salaries, or at least get 50%, is a killer. And I love the idea that we can at least look at it. You could come back and say, okay, I live in the Bahamas. Here's what I'm making. And every time you get a commission at whatever value, whether it's a $100 product and you get 25%, or a $50 product and you get 25%. And the other beauty of this, let's remember one thing very important. If you have 50 customers and they're buying product A, whatever that is, and they love it. And remember, the products are in high demand. These aren't made up stuff. These aren't stuff that we got to convince people they need it. It's in high.
They're in high demand. Okay, like, how do you know that? Where are the metrics for this? Have you been shown that? Or are you just like they're in high demand because that's what Ash said, so I believe Ash, and so I'm just going to go with that? Because it'd be far better if you actually had something to back that up. Again, use metrics to show that it's in high demand. But then again, from the products that we've seen, the free and the one paid one, I mean, we weren't impressed. And people who actually know about these types of products, they're not impressed. Now, those who have no clue, it's not going to take much to impress them. And I think that's who Ash actually targets, are people who are unaware and don't know any better. And so then they're going to think it's just fantabulous. And that really angers me, because in my opinion, it shows the true character, or the lack thereof character, that someone has.
High demand now. So, but imagine you have 50 customers, 60 or 100, doesn't matter.
Magical Neb, I did my second advanced degree. My degree in instructional design and technology was an online I had one hybrid course, and the hybrid course was an advanced course in instructional design theories and models. So we would do stuff at home for a week, and then we'd meet on campus. And then the professor asked me to help him make it fully online and like use my materials for it to be online. And also, I am someone who designs online material too. Because the other day, and I may need to do a video and just talk about this, because Marty was talking some nonsense about how, I guess, Ash is wanting to collect information from random people. I'm just saying random people, they're founders, about what they want out of online learning. And I'm sitting here going, okay, are you talking about, as an instructor? Are you talking about as a student? Are you talking about, the LMS, learning management system? I mean, are you talking about, products that are used to create online materials? I mean, what exactly are we talking about here? And Marty doesn't know enough to know like the different types of things that go into that. So I'm like, this is so disorganized. It was like I was like secondhand embarrassed for him, because it's like, this just again makes no sense. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Right? And it was an accredited university, not Academy. Same here. Accredited university here. Baron says Marty Dunn got his education from on whatever. Monhun says, one would think these guys and other founders would know by now that India offers free online training and certification paid for by the government, and plenty of other developing countries do too. Yep, there you go. So that's like a big, they don't need you, Marty. They don't need the nonsense, okay? Don't need it. But, you go you.
And new products come out. Some of these customers are going to buy or purchase more than one product. Mind-blowing.
Okay.
And
you know what? You need to have those products out and working and functioning fully before anybody does that. And we already saw how long it took to get OConnect standing up, and it still was crappy. So I just have nothing. I mean, it's just laughable.
all of these products will be, there'll be some kind of subscription, whether it's monthly, every 3 months, every 4 months, once a year. Every time they pay for
Hey,
it
Lummy.
and they're in your business, you get a commission. And you can work towards something. And I believe this, whatever
Violet.
the numbers are or whatever we make, I believe this 100%. There's nothing, absolutely nothing out there that's going to give you this opportunity. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a guru.
It's funny because didn't Carl Deichler say that about Body and its new affiliate thing of how it's the best? And we got Marty over here who doesn't really even know what the compensation plan is, saying it's the best. I find that just comical, when there's nothing written down, just randomly, it's the best, with absolutely no proof. Baron says, well, it really, I'd say it half-assed. I think it tried, and they tried to, pump it up. That wasn't ever fully successful. I think there was probably too many problems still. But, what do I know?
Guru.
Remember, I have nothing. I know nothing. Doesn't matter that I have, the 500 terabytes worth of crap. Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Or you're not a guru, or you're one of the 97, 98% that just get used and abused. This is the biggest and the best possibility for you on the planet. I believe that. I have 20 years experience. I did learn how to drive targeted traffic, believe it or not. But the downfall was I couldn't bring anybody with me. It feels so much better to be able to chat with people and know that they can build and they can increase their income no matter how fast it is. It's a heck of a lot faster than waiting for a raise every year. Most of us work 40 years, and then when we retire, we don't have enough to live. And then you get Social Security or whatever you get, if some of you do, you're expected to live on less than what you always made. Anyway, so Bahamas, this is what it is.
Monhan says, for what he's showing, a founder would need to have 156 paying customers who renew monthly. And we all know that people do not always renew. Your site says there's 2,714 founders in the Bahamas. That's 423,384 customers. Population is 409,980. Wow. So that's going to be really hard for them to do, huh? The math just doesn't math, does it? Thank you so much for looking that up for us, Monhan. I appreciate that.
I think the possibilities are amazing. And like I said, I have a lot of friends and family in Bahamas, and you can look at all the different stuff. This is a description that I'm going to use in my YouTube channel. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for being here. I'll do another country. I'll try to do a country every day. I'm here every day, me and myself.
And why? Why are you doing a country every day when it means nothing? No product, no idea of the commission structure, but yet you're going to keep rolling with that and be like, look, you make no sense, sir.
Myself and Chris Johnson, 9 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, love y'all, and just think about this as something you can grab this if you live in this country and say, all right, I'm going to chop away. And maybe your goal is to match that salary right there. Maybe your goal is to match that. Imagine getting double income. Maybe your goal's, the first goal is to make 10% of that. You know, a year. Or here, $3,800. Maybe your goal is to make 10%, $390. Right? 20%. $390, $800 a month. Close to it. So anyway, that's what we have to look at, work with, work for. That helps you set up little goals. Anyway, thank you very much.
Why are you clapping, Chris?
Anyway, let me post something here so you all can see it.
Hi, Jacob.
As you can read on the bottom, I made a mistake. Bahamas is not a territory of the United States. That's Puerto Rico. I made a mistake. I will change the video before I post it. It was brought up to me also. I realized when I did it, when I was playing, I go, oh my God, I don't know why I said that. But anyway, I was also reminded by the one and only Janet Butler. So anyway, I'll fix that before. It's coming on at noon, but it'll be fixed before it comes on. Anyway, let me think. Is there anything else I want to use?
It shows that you are not a perfect person, Marty. That's
and you would think, with the company paying me all that money, I would have done a much better. I'm sure I'm going to be called down to the office. What the frick? Anyway, go ahead, Chris.
Listen, good morning. I love you, Marty. This is the funny thing about today. He was doing something. I was up at 5 in the morning. I had a discussion with an individual. I woke up to quite a few bad messages today. And I'm going to get in. Let me do the birthdays and the prayers. I have something to add to what Marty was saying, and we did not discuss this morning. What I said is, Marty, just trust what I'm going to say. We touched on a lot of things, but I'm going to add to it. So please be patient. I'm going to, number one, I'm going to say this again. The YouTube channels out there in India and Middle East that are sharing our lives, I want to personally thank you for that. If I try to share all of them, I don't always catch them all. I'm up usually till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up pretty darn early, and I like to share them, and I want to thank you. Now, I'm going to ask you again to share not only what Marty said, not only Marty's chart, but what I'm going to say, because it's to all of you from us, and it's very important. So let me do the birthdays, and I'm going to get into it. I'm really going to get into it, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm going to get into it. So let's do this real quick. And this was not planned, trust me. We had a whole nother curriculum going here, and things change sometimes. So, number one.
We had a whole nother curriculum. Chris, do you know the definition of curriculum? Because this would not be a curriculum. Good gravy.
I love you, Marty. I love every one of you. I trust and believe in all of you too. Don't ever forget that. And I will never lead you astray or in the wrong direction. I can promise you that. Today's birthdays. Patricia Green. Happy birthday, Patty. Satyana Papu. Happy birthday. I haven't seen him in a while. I talked with him a little bit this morning, texting. Jarmo Savari. Happy birthday. Perrine Palmer. Happy birthday. Aurora Kelly. I love that name. Happy birthday. Charles Leslie. Dan Leslie, my neighbors, happy birthday. Derek Radford, I almost thought it was Red's brother. Happy birthday. Renee, and I got the coffee hiccup. Renee Jamzek, happy birthday. Jimmy Blevins and Jim Sutherland, happy birthday to you. I got a new prayer today. It was from Melissa's Ann's friend, Tanya Thompson. House caught on fire last night. They lost all of their beloved animals and part of the house. They definitely need some prayers, guys. Things happen like this, but they need a lot of prayers. David Switzer and his brother are going through cancers. Please pray for them. Pat Parent, always pray for her. She's got such a beautiful smile if you haven't seen her. Baby Zoe and baby Cam. Now, I got a little bit of update from Lisa on her website, on her Facebook, that Cam is getting stronger every day. He still has a feeding tube in him. He still can't eat or drink by mouth, but that's the next step. But he's getting really strong, and your prayers definitely are reaching out to these little kids, Zoe and Cam. That's amazing. Someone once said a couple days ago, it isn't prayers that work. Let me tell you something. Prayers work. Don't believe these individuals. Prayers work. I'm living proof of that. I'll tell you that right now. Lisa wanted to thank everyone for all the prayers also. Joyce and Melvin, we love you. We know what you're going through. We're praying for you constantly. Robin Noble and family. Brian, we talked to Brian a little bit last night. We got some things situated. We had different emails. It was funny, but Brian's doing a lot better. He was pretty sick there, fighting the bad flu and cough and everything else. Again, Robin and her sister were praying for her family for strength. Peter Rogers, I know he's on here. Peter, we're praying for you. I know a couple more days you got a procedure to go through. Red and Jane's mothers are going through a lot of stuff. Prayers. Chloe, Julie Pierre, she's back in action on trivia, which is it's a lot of fun for all of us. We're praying for you and Chloe. Definitely Ash Mufareh, his wife, his kids. Definitely Marty DeGarmo, his family, especially his daughter Ashley. And I can use some prayers myself all the time. All right. Now, like I said, we didn't discuss this. Actually, if you, Marty, can you mute for just for a couple minutes?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Here in Jacob, but I want to talk to him. We always try not to go to the negative. And once in a while, we have to give a little talk about what's going on and all that. Now, in the last couple of days, I got quite a few, I would say pretty nasty text messages or emails calling me this, calling me that. All right. And I get it. That's part of this sometimes. When you get out and you're speaking publicly, you get a lot of that. And I get that. It's okay. But I want to give you my definition of what's really going on. Ash Mufareh has talked to us for over 6 years. He's told us, he's laid out what he wants to do. Things happen. He had to change things. He took charge. He's absolutely doing phenomenal right now. And everything is going perfect. Let me tell you that. Now, due to legalities, there's a lot of things he cannot say. And he has said, I can't come out and tell you things right now. And I'm not going to lie to you. Marty and myself, we do have conversations with Ash. And there might be a few things that we might know, but because of legalities, we don't talk about. Okay, that's the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. Marty's not going to lie to you. And that should tell you something. I've never in my life been a part of something that was wrong or corrupt, and I never will be. And I believe.
But you're part of ONPASSIVE, which has a lawsuit for, unregistered securities and for operating as a pyramid scheme by the SEC. I would say that's problematic. And so right there, you're not being truthful, it seems,
in this company that much. Both of us get out here and talk to you every single day. I think if there was something corrupt and I was talking about it, I wouldn't be on here. I promise you that. I wouldn't have done this.
And yet there you are every day.
The things that have been, listen, what I don't understand, I had this conversation at 5 o'clock this morning. What I don't understand is Ash Mufareh has laid things out for us. He's told us everything that he can. He's showed us what he's doing up till now because there's reasons for that. But yet, someone comes out with a video and some emails, and you all believe them. I don't understand that. Okay? Blatant lies.
Well, first of all, I didn't send out any emails, so I don't know who he's talking about with the emails. And yeah, I streamed and read the article that I wrote. And Chris, as I've already stated, and I'll tell you again, sir, is that I've got over 500 terabytes worth of stuff. Webinars, videos, Ash adjacent stuff, documents, blah, blah, blah. I have that. So it backs up everything stated. So there's no lies there. And it's not slander, because I know you're going to say that too. And you'd be wrong.
Slandering lies against me and my brother and Ash in this company. And let me tell you their whole goal. Their whole goal is to discredit us, discredit Ash, discredit this company because of their lies. I told you a month ago, social media is a very, very dangerous thing. I've seen a lot of people get ruined because of social media because someone told a lie about them. All right. I myself don't like when people lie about me. I seen it. I read it. I'm not going to lie. I read everything, whether it's negative or positive. I actually alerted Marty because I know he doesn't watch it. He says he's a lot smarter than I am. And I said, wow, I can't believe they just said this. And it is slandering. I retired from a company.
Again, Chris, it's not slander when it's the truth and when you have evidence that it is the truth. But you saying that, I'm being slanderous, you are lying by saying that. Where is your evidence? What exactly did I lie about? And where is your proof that it was a lie? Please point that out. I would like to know. Because if there is something that's inaccurate, I'll correct it. Except for it's not inaccurate. Therein lies, the issue that you'll find that it's not inaccurate.
A Ford Motor Company in Mazda for 32 years. I retired pretty decent. Okay. I also inherited, when my parents died, some funds. Okay. I don't need anyone else's money. I'm pretty set on that. And that's not bragging. That's just my life right now. Have I always had it good? No, I had struggles. I'm going to tell you that. Ash Mufareh, was he paying me $8,000 a month, I'd ask for a raise. There was things said in this so-called video out there by two, I believe, people that are not so nice. They're against us. And I want to give you an example. And this goes back years ago.
We're against you. I would say I am against any organization that I can see is mistreating people. Problematic companies and those who run them and those who promote them. I have issues when people are being taken advantage of. And that is what has been occurring with this for many years. You know, what sort of nefarious goal do I have other than to warn people about this and to help them see it's not what you think it is? That's it. That's it. It's consumer protection, consumer advocacy.
There's 2 movies made many years ago. One that I have nightmares to this day about. It was called The Exorcist. Linda Blair was the star. All right. For some reason, my parents let me watch it, and I had
Why are we
nightmares
talking about
for
The
years.
Exorcist?
And then a movie came out with George Burns, John Denver, and it was called Oh God. Hypothetical. God came down and got into this old man's body, which was George Burns. And you'll understand what I'm saying. And it's a great movie, by the way. So if you've never seen it, go watch it. They were in a courtroom trying to prove God's existence. And God came down to this man because he wanted to help this individual who was having trouble with his beliefs. And George Burns, or God in the movie, turned around to all these people and said, I don't understand it. They come out with a movie of a girl or spitting up pea soup, head spinning around, but you all believe in the devil. And you haven't seen over 2,000 years of what people have said about the things I've done, the miracles I've created. And I don't understand it. And I knew exactly what he was saying is all of us as human beings, we get attracted sometimes to a negative thing. And let me tell you something, the devil is real. No doubt about the devil's real. But I don't believe in what the devil is about. The devil is about turning you into corruption, turning you into a liar.
Why are we talking about the devil? What does that have to do with anything? I'm very confused. Monhun says, they simply can't imagine anybody doing anything for any reason without looking for financial gain. Everything is transactional with them and can't imagine their life any other way. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Baron says his upline sews socks by the seashore. Okay. Chris, you are a strange creature. Strange creature.
He loves when people spread lies about good-hearted people.
Well,
that's his whole goal.
I'm an atheist. There's no such thing as Satan, and I don't believe in that. So I really am like, so are you gonna talk about Santa Claus next? Maybe the Easter Bunny? Seriously, we're gonna sit here and talk about like, well, Satan just wants people to lie, spread evil.
All right.
Oh, that's right. I'm the material girl. That's right. Thank you, Steamship, for reminding me. I remember when I put up the material girl. Yep, that's totally me. Totally me. You found me out.
And if you're watching this, which a lot of people do, I get it. You want information. You think you're getting the right information, but you know who we are. I think you do.
And yes, they are getting the right information because, again, do I need to repeat it again? 500 terabytes worth of blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I can back the shit up. Hey, Joe, how are you, sweetheart?
If you don't, I don't know why you're watching us. You know exactly who we are. So when I watched that thing for the first time and read through it, I thought, oh my God, all lies. There's people right now in the chat that are part of that little clique that are writing things. There was things said in that video that they're questioning myself or Marty or any other person that's out there speaking. All right. And I'm going to say this repeatedly. If Ash Mufareh has not said it, it's not true. But I'm trying to understand.
Okay, that is really weird. The only truth spoken ever is from Ash Mufareh. Puppy, please.
And why you all want to question me about, is this true? It's a blatant lie, and it's disgusting, and it's slanderous.
Nope, it's not slander.
These individuals
We've gone
have
over that.
tried purposely to get under her skin, and you're not getting under my skin.
Well,
I'm going to let you know.
apparently I am. Otherwise, you would not be, bitching and moaning, and neither would Marty. I mean, it's like if it didn't bother you, you wouldn't be talking about it.
That right now. I just want to pray for you and hope that you stop telling lies about something that's so good. And we know what you're trying to do. It's not working. All right.
Apparently
and
it
I'm
is.
going to tell you this again. If it's not in your back office, if Ash Mufareh didn't say it, if we didn't say it, then don't believe it. You shouldn't even question it. All right. Evil.
Wow, being told not to question, that's always such a red flag. Shouldn't question it. As soon as somebody tells you not to question, that's immediately what you should do, is question. Wow. Marty did say that he was telling the truth earlier. Yeah, they're both like, yeah, we're the truthful ones.
Has a way of pulling people into things sometimes. All right. And let me say this. If every person in this world that was good, and there's a lot of people that are good, leaders, whatever they are, if they fail to not fight against evil, then we don't have a world. There's many people since the beginning of the time who have fought against evil, but not with evil, but with kindness and love and passion. Right? That's Ash Mufareh. I know what I'm getting. I know what he's getting. And I don't know how he stays so positive about it. You know why? How he knows? Because he knows exactly what the truth is. He just can't necessarily talk about it yet. And when he does, you're all going to understand why people are trying to go against us. And all those people that are trying to discredit us, to take away what we say every day, it's going to take away from them. So they're actually hurting themselves. They're saying things that they don't have a clue about. They have no idea. And I'm telling you right now, you're off. You're way off.
Sure I am. Sure I am. Monhun says, why haven't they ever spoken this way about Ash when he missed deadlines, broke his promise, hyped things up beyond reality, or even said something mean-spirited about them? Well, they worship him. That's the thing. So and then they're afraid of saying anything about him, publicly. They're not going to do that because like maybe they won't get a commission. Oh, they're not getting commissions now. Unless he's paying them still, maybe he is. And Marty sure was denying that they were employees, which I never said they were employees. So I found that very interesting. So it makes me go, is that how they were coded in the system as employees?
Literally. I know the truth. DeGarmo knows the truth. I'm going to say the majority of you that are watching this knows exactly what's going on and the truth. And maybe you don't know everything that's going on, but I'm going to tell you this from me and Marty, that everything that's going on is absolutely wonderful. It's loving and it's passionate. So that's why you got to stand up once in a while against people that are lying or wrong. You have to.
And you know what? That's exactly why I stand up against organizations, companies, and individuals who are harming consumers. Yeah. That's it, Chris.
If you don't stand up to it, this world is going straight to hell. That's my belief there. I put that guy up in the sky first. I believe he's led me down this path. I believe he tells me things to say every day. And this was one of them. That if you start believing the lies, you're no better than they are. But they come out with a video and all of a sudden you all believe that. But you haven't heard a word Ash Mufareh has said. You haven't heard what a word myself or Marty have said. We're here telling you the honest truth. We're here to let you know that this is going to be the greatest company in the world. As far as I'm concerned, it is the greatest company in the world about everything.
Oh, that certainly was convincing.
We don't know what the future is holding in the next chapter. but I'm excited about it because I myself, Marty himself, trust what Ash Mufareh is doing. We also know that the legalities that are involved in this, the people that are slandering us, I would be real careful.
Nobody's slandering you.
I would be very careful what you're saying. Personally, I had a rule when I worked for Ford's. I would tell people, don't take it personal. It's just a job. But when you slander people, that's a little different story.
Still not slandering.
All right. I have my own ways legally how to take care of individuals that lie about people and proof. But see, I'm not going to waste my time and energy on individuals who like to lie. God's got a plan for them, trust me. But to let you know, I do pray for you. I do pray that you stop doing that. I'm going to let you know right now, if you stop right now, you're not going to look so stupid later when you find out the truth. And you find out you were completely wrong.
You know what, sir? You might end up looking real silly with something, that I may be putting out. You might look like you haven't a clue in the world. Might surprise you, just might surprise you of how much you really don't know.
Wrong of what you were saying. All right, this is something that we have to do once in a while. Number one, the things that were said about myself and my brother, and I seen one of the idiots were on here saying, "Oh, how much Ash Mufareh has paid you?" Not a dime. I wouldn't take a dime from Ash Mufareh for doing this. This is free. This is because it comes from my heart. It comes from Marty's heart. It's come from Ash's heart. We don't do this to get paid. We do this to create wealth and success in people what is coming their way. Bottom line. All right. I wouldn't be living where I'm living if someone was paying me another $8,000 a month. Let me tell you that. I'd be on a beach somewhere. Trust me. I'm in the same home I've been in the cold weather, in a t-shirt. I got some sweats on. I'm a normal dude who had a normal life. I didn't play all the MLM bullshit, BS. I didn't do any of that stuff. But when I seen this company, I found what this company was about. I wanted to do nothing but talk about it and show the goodness. Has everything gone perfect in the last 4.5 years for me? Yeah. We had some things that were rough. Every family, every business goes through stuff like this. And if you can't realize that, that's the truth. There isn't a business out there or a family that doesn't go through some kind of trouble once in a while. Period. Period. All right. Ash Mufareh is fighting not only outside individuals, but in this family individuals. And I think he's done it very well.
Okay, first of all, nobody within ONPASSIVE or ONFUSION are your family. None of them. But you call each other brother and sister, but you're not related. And the sad thing is, Chris, you have a brother who actually does care about you that you just poo-poo and just don't even listen to. And that's very sad for you because he does care and is looking out for you. And you're just blowing them off.
He stayed professional. He is staying the course. And I'm going to promise you this. I can promise you this. When you find out what the truth really is, the people that are against us are going to feel real dumb. And the people who just didn't understand it are going to be really happy. I get a lot of you have gone away. Now you're coming back. And then some are scared. There's nothing to be scared about. There's nothing to be scared about. It's all good that's coming our way. It just, right now, it's taking a little time to put everything together legally. And that's exactly what you want. I've never been a part of anything illegal in my life.
Oh, really? Huh. You might really want to look at, the setup of all of this then, sir. Just saying, you might really want to reconsider that, especially after some things that I will be sharing. So I can back up again, 500 terabytes, just saying.
This company is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And some of that stuff in the video they said, you're asking me questions about, this is what I say. Ash never told me that. Ash never put that message in the background at all. So guess what I do? I have people that's lied to me my whole life. And after so many years, you start figuring out who knows how to tell the truth and who knows how to tell lies. Ash Mufareh is not lying to anybody. Marty DeGarmo, myself, any of the other loudspeakers, we're not lying to anybody. We're trying to show you a better way. And it's taken a little time. It's taken a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, and
a better way by wasting people's time day in and day out. How exactly is that better? I'm confused, sir. That doesn't make any sense to me.
A lot of money to get it going. And it wasn't our money. Ash Mufareh has been doing this by himself for a long time.
Sherry reminds us SEC is going to come calling. Well, the thing is, it may not be just the SEC. That's what I don't think these two really understand, is that that's what we know of right now. But that doesn't mean that other agencies don't have information and aren't looking into things. And they should consider that. And they should really be considered like, well, okay, issue is right about the name, which I am. Then what else? What else does she know? And what does she have proof about? Which anything that I say, there's proof of it.
All right. You remember what I used to say? One of my favorite things is owning a business without not having the responsibility. Owning a business without the responsibility
You
of
don't
a
own a
business. In other words,
business.
I don't have to pay nobody. I don't have to worry about someone getting sick. I don't have to worry about people not coming to work. I have no responsibility but to share this company out. That's it. I don't have to worry about lawyers coming after me or governments coming after me. Ash Mufareh took care of that. That's what he does. We don't have to do that. So I get it. Some people are stressed out because of their situation. I understand that. We've all had those situations. I'm looking at a guy that I know has a situation every day, and my heart bleeds for him. And all the other thousands of people that send me messages, how they're struggling. I had a couple this morning that put tears in my eyes. But all I could say is I'm praying for them. I know in my heart, Marty DeGarmo knows in his heart, Ash Mufareh knows in his heart that something new is coming.
I really wondered, do you guys really think that Chris is like praying all day long for everybody? I just really wonder about that because, it sounds really good. I'm praying for you. But something about it doesn't ring true to me. And perhaps I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but it seems so odd for the man to say this all the time. It's just odd.
Coming your way, and all you got to do is believe. If you don't believe, just don't pay attention. All right? But those devils out there, the one that the devil got a hold of and said, you need to be corrupt and tell these people they're lying. You already know what the truth is. But man, if you're going to believe everything that you see or read on the internet about this company or me or Marty, you're in the wrong business. You really are in the wrong business. Hi, Jacob. But I just want to say that a few times. I love every one of you. I believe in all of you. All right. I don't believe in negative people, and I know who they are. I know who you are. Am I going to recognize you or say your name? No, it's not worth it to me. But next time someone sends me a video, Chris, is this true? Tell yourself this, did Ash tell you that? Did we tell you that? They're going to put things out that make us look stupid, or they're going to put something out that takes everything credential that we have away from us. That is their goal. I asked all the Indian YouTubers out there to share this out. Don't share their video or the emails. Makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. And a lot of you have shared it to me. Chris, Marty, is this the truth? I could just laugh. No, it's not the truth. It's not the truth. I can promise you that. So stay positive. I'm sorry we had to do this today, but sometimes it has to be said, I believe. Like I said, you got to stand up for yourself once in a while. You got to stand up for what you believe. If you just let evil people keep winning all the time, the world is horrible. And I'm done seeing this world be horrible. I want to see this world change for the better. And I can honestly say I believe this company, the people in this company, the founders in this company, the staff in this company, the legal team in this company want to see the world better too. So don't ever forget that. Marty, I think that's all I got. Back to you, brother.
Ooh, doggy.
Papa, look.
Hey, say hi real quick. He's getting on my nerves, guys. Hold on. The dog is fighting for his place.
I see that.
What's wrong, Don? Come here. Come on, hurry up and say hi. I got to sit
Wake up.
down.
Hi.
Hi, Jacob.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, that's enough, okay? Anyway,
tonight there's a Humung webinar at 7. I'm not sure if it's an open meeting. I know myself and Marty are going to be there. It's at 7. You can contact Stuker. I'm not sure because he let us know about a month ago. I just seen it in my emails because I got 50,000 emails. We are going to show up to that. I'm not sure if it's going to be streamed or whatever. I have no idea yet.
Chris, if he wants to stream in on other YouTube channels, if he lets me know ahead of time, I can.
He's not on here. I'll text him and see.
Yeah, let him know we can do it. That can be done for anybody, actually, if I know ahead of time. And
wait. Marty, you know how I know people still believe in what we're saying and what Ash is doing?
Yeah, look at all the chat.
I keep beside the chat, I keep getting people. Every one negative message I get at least 10 good ones.
No, I know.
But I also have noticed
the reason, Chris, I don't like to focus on negative because it's such a small part.
Yeah.
But because they're a squeaky wheel, everybody hears it. But they're such a small part. That's why I don't like addressing it. I don't want to talk about it. Today I did, only because when they're getting into slander, I'm going to do something different. So, and they can keep going, but they're not going to like what happens, I don't think. No. Anyway, other than that, thank you everybody for letting us vent.
Still isn't slander.
Yeah. People have been liking and subscribing to both our channels. I love that. I would ask that you keep doing that, like and subscribe. We are trying to get this message out to everybody. We get it. We got some evil forces working against us. But I'm going to tell you this again. Good always wins over evil in the beginning, in the middle, at the end. Sometimes they might bite me on my shoulder. That's okay. But good always wins over evil. You know how I know that? It tells me that in the Bible. It actually tells me that in the Quran because I'm studying both of them and seeing the differences. It's pretty amazing how close they are. But to all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there who study the Quran, very interesting. I'm a Bible thumper believer, but a lot of differences. But it does say that in both books. God wants you to love people, help people in need. Period. That's what this company's all about. All right, Marty, I'm needing coffee.
Yeah, are you sure you're done? That's the main thing.
Oh, I could go on, but
Anyway, yeah, we are going to go to Humung tonight. And what else is going on tonight?
Trivia. We got our trivia game,
Trivia.
which we whooped the women again. Thank God.
I'm not bringing that up. I'm not making fun of the women because we won. Who would do that? Who would do that? Nobody nice. Anyway, thanks for the nice chat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being who you are.
Yeah.
And full steam ahead. By the way, we talk with Ash, but there's things he wouldn't tell us anyway because I don't want to lie to people. If I tell you I don't know, I don't know.
Right.
I don't really want to know if you want to know the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm 64, but I like to be surprised too. I don't get a lot of surprises, all right? So anyway, thanks everybody. I mean that. And let's keep going forward and stay true, stay positive, look forward, walk forward. And we're in something that can change our lives. So that's where I want to be. If you don't want to be there, that's okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, like I said, I can't convince you to do anything. I don't want to. I want to tell you what I know, what I believe. I went by what Ash was enough for me to stay here all this time, and I'm not going anywhere. If that's not good enough for you, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, but it really, I mean, I want people to see what I see, obviously. But anyway, thank you very much. I'm going to fix that video so it doesn't say territory. I don't know why I did that. I know it's not. And then, because I got to go, my wife wants to tell me something before she goes to the grocery store. Bye, all.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was that. What did you guys think about it? Do you think, I'm just a big fat liar? Or do you believe, I have the receipts, like I said, and those are available to law enforcement? And that, and that just maybe, law enforcement may have access to that stuff, just maybe. And yep, you're right. Everything's archived. It's archived. So, Marty thought, just get rid of it. Already had it, already had it. So there you go. Beth reacted to it today, and to Honest Critic, and to Grisminder as well. So, but I have something else to share with you as well. And you only recorded Marty. Well, good. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did. Yep. And I definitely believe it's getting under their skin. I mean, they wouldn't have spent the entire time, raging about it unless it did get under their skin. And they're certainly upset that, I am dropping things that, and they're going like, well, how does she know? Huh, doesn't matter. I know. I'm sharing stuff. Okay. And I have something else to share with you guys of Mr. DeGarmo. Oh, ignore the negativity. Oh, and this is too big of me here. Let me see. How do I do that? How do I switch that again? We get to play this fun game. Okay, there we go. There we go. In a better position. All righty. So let's go ahead and listen to this. This is 12 minutes and 36 seconds. Monhan says, that gave off last gasp of breath feeling out. They seem to be grasping at straws, just like, liar, liar, pants on fire. That's what I feel like that they're doing.
And I'm going to say this one more time. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm probably going to say this 100 more times. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. This is a big company. You can go wherever you want to go. And if you go somewhere and treated horribly, that's not going to go well. This is ONPASSIVE. It's open. It's open field. You're in ONPASSIVE or you're not. If you're not, go. It's okay. Some people, that's what they live on, negativity. I have nothing against them. I feel sorry for them because they're why? What are they getting out of it? Every time we prove more, they just listen. You can't out talk someone that's not looking for the truth, because no matter what happens, not true. We have our advertisement going up to Burj Khalifa. Yeah, but that's just trick photography. I mean, no matter what happens, they're going to find an answer. And if you're listening to that garbage, you believe in it. Don't do that. That to me is crazy. If you are subscribed, unsubscribe. If you are there and you hear something negative, report them. If it's not true, fight for what you believe. Otherwise, leave. Let them do it. They wouldn't have anybody if the founders didn't go. I don't care who they are. I don't care what the name of them are. I don't care. Now, another thing. We are our brother and sister's keeper. If you see a post by a moron, man or woman, that is claiming something about ONPASSIVE that you know from your core is a lie and it's going to hurt you, and when I mean you, it's going to hurt the company, please let me know. Let the company know. Don't even warn them. Let me know. I've been online a long time. We can find them. We will find out. And if they're a founder spreading a lie, we can boot them out. And that would make me very happy. Sounds negative, but somebody that's going to hurt the company or hurt everybody that I know in ONPASSIVE, I will have a celebration watching their ass get kicked out the front door or back door of ONPASSIVE. Nothing would make me more happy. I can't stand that kind of crap. All of us have come too far. We have a lot of time, and we care for each other. We listen to each other every night. So don't let that stuff happen. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. And if you're listening to that garbage, you believe in it. Don't do that. That to me is crazy. If you are subscribed, unsubscribe. If you are there and you hear something negative, report them. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them.
Other people want to make trivia games to make fun of founders. Miss Alana, you know who I'm talking about. I don't understand that. Go do something positive, because the biggest smile I'm going to have on my face is watching this absolutely blow up and you won't know what to do. You say bye-bye to your YouTube channel. And that's the way I feel. And I'm going to pick on you, but I'm going to be nice about it. These are my family and my friends and a business I adore. If you want to go do something good with your life and be productive, why don't you go after people that are actually hurting people? All right? You could go on with your stupid trivia game. You copied off us. But the difference in our trivia game, we don't make fun of people. I'm sure we could have a trivia game making fun of you, but we're not in that class. You're in a real lower class when it comes to that. Your YouTube channel has gone to crap because of what you did. And I'm going to call you out. Any founder that is assigned or watches her YouTube channel or is on there, I'm going to ask you to get off it.
Now, isn't that interesting? Assigned to watch my channel. Assigned to watch. Why would they assign people? What are they doing? Oh, looking for what I'm saying, I guess.
Get off our channel. You don't need to be there. You already know the truth. And a lot of you originally jumped on there because she would live stream our corporate webinars. Please get off the Hunbots. Take your name off there. Unsubscribe. It's not doing you any good to watch nothing but negative. You already know the truth. All right. I will probably beat on that dead horse because it does upset me. And she loves that it upsets me, but it really doesn't. Because I know who Ash Mufareh is. I know what his plan is. I know what he's doing for us. And I'm going to tell you right now, Ash Mufareh is not about Ash Mufareh. Alana is all about Alana. But Ash Mufareh, you can't hold a candle.
Okay, well, you're not getting my name correct, but how exactly am I all about myself when I am a consumer advocate and I'm warning people about, bad business practices, harmful business practices? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Could you? What exactly am I doing that I'm all about myself?
To lady, he's a great individual, and he doesn't have to prove anything to you, but his work absolutely will.
If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them.
Any founder that is assigned or watches her YouTube channel or is on there, I'm going to ask you to get off it. Get off her channel. You don't need to be there.
If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them.
Please get off the Hunbots. Take your name off there. Unsubscribe. It's not doing you any good to watch nothing but negative. You already know the truth.
If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them.
And I'll tell this to founders right now. There's other YouTube channels that are against us. I ask you, unsubscribe to those channels because they're only telling you lies. And we discussed that yesterday. And he kept saying, Chris, what do you think it is that people, and I gave him my opinion, and he always comes back with like amazing answers, but now you're talking to him one-on-one. Ash Mufareh is never out to impress anybody except for the products and his company that he designed. There he wants to impress the whole world. But himself, if you just had a regular conversation with him, he's a very amazing person.
If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them.
There's other YouTube channels that are against us. I ask you, unsubscribe to those channels.
If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them.
You click that channel on YouTube or that TikTok or that Instagram or whatever social media medium you're using, you're signing in for somebody else's agenda. I urge you to cancel all of that. Be the boss, fire all of them, block and unregister, unsubscribe, and subscribe to one channel. Your channel, your life, your own dreams, your own agenda, and don't let anybody else steer you in any direction. Be clear, Chris, like a straight line, exactly, crystal clear where you want to go, and anything else, fight it like an enemy, because it's going to be a distraction. You don't have 35 lives. In fact, you don't have 2, you have 1. And if somebody, no matter who it is choosing your agenda for the next hour, for the next half an hour, for the next 3 minutes, for the next 3 days or 3 months, you're in big trouble. It should be only you. It should be only you in full control of your destination, where you want to go. Be clear. So first you need to find that, and then it will be easier for you to identify any activity. Is it a distraction, or is it a supporting activity to where you want to go?
If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them.
I urge you to cancel all of that. Be the boss, fire all of them, block and unregister, unsubscribe.
If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. I don't get it. I don't go to these channels. Do I hear about them? Yes. What do they have to offer you? Okay, we're bad. The company's out to get you. Yeah, they've been sucking money out of us for the last 5. Nothing. I'm not out a dime. Nothing. Neither are you. They gave the money back. You don't have to stay. I don't get it. But don't go watch.
Oh, goodness. They gave the money back. 97 O coins have no value, no monetary value whatsoever. It's just like Monopoly money. Ash is just saying that's what it's equal to. It's not. They did not get a refund. You did not get a refund. You got pretend money.
These channels, every time you watch it, you know what you're saying? I support you. If they got people, there's enough negative people in the world to keep them fed. It shouldn't be us. It shouldn't be somebody in ONPASSIVE, okay? Yes, they're going to badmouth me. Yes, he's getting paid. He's a scammer. Just, do I like it? No, I don't. They don't know me. I don't care what they say. But it's always been this way for thousands of years. You're not going to change it. So don't go there. Don't support that crap unless you do support it. But if you do, then don't pretend to be in the family of ONPASSIVE. I would never go badmouth a company I don't know anything about. I know about this company. I wouldn't be here if I did.
Guess what? I know about this company. So anything that I say, I have evidence of. That's what's so funny is that I know more about it than you do, Marty.
I'm not some 20, 25, 30-year-old kid. I'm a grandfather. I got grandchildren. I want it to do well. I want everyone to do well. If you don't believe me, there's nothing I can do about that. But if you know me and I've been here, I've never changed anything I've said. Chris is the same way. But please, for me, if you care, don't go anywhere where they're bad mouthing. I wouldn't go to relatives that are negative. Oh yeah, we're related by blood. So what? Negative's not good for you. I don't care who it is, whether a family member, a sister, a brother, a father, a mother. You have to be mean to them. You can still love them, but you don't have to dwell on that pool of negative. It just doesn't make sense. Everybody's going to do well. Get tied in. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. You don't have to stay. I don't get it. But don't go watch these channels. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. So don't go there. Don't support that crap. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. But please, for me, if you care, don't go anywhere where they're bad mouthing. I wouldn't go to relatives that are negative. If somebody's telling you where you can or cannot go, stop listening to them. Trust me. Trust me. Like heavy time.
And there you have it. Where am I at? I'm trying to get myself back up there. Just me. Can I move this thing? Yes, I'm going to hide that. There we go. Okay, here we have it. So, what did we learn tonight, kids? Well, I think I learned, Marty and Chris are big mad. Big, big, big mad. What can I say? I guess, when the cat was let out of the bag, but they just have a problem with it. And, that's on them. And remember, if Ash shows his receipts for everything, that's when I'll show mine. Because I've got them. I've got everything. anything that I said, I can back it up. Will Ash show his receipts? Will he show where the money went? How much he got in? Where it went from that? Monhan, I love this. I learned that eating the carnivore diet makes people angry. You know, this morning, I don't remember what they were, but I was watching, as I do, like Good Morning America, and somebody was talking about like the top 4 diets. And you know what? Carnivore was not on there. I was like, oh, well, that figures. Well, guys, this is what I had to share with you tonight is, just me watching what Marty and Chris put out there earlier today, which they now, it was removed. Marty deleted it. But as you know, I already have it archived. Beth also had reacted to it. So that's what we did. And then replayed another video that I had created. Gosh, when was this made? Oh, hush, Marty. When was this made? Can I? About 6 months ago, put that out. So there you go. That's what we did tonight. You love these lives. You're so welcome, Steamship. I can't Steamship. You are so welcome. I appreciate everybody who participated in the chat and to the lurkers too. I mean, I appreciate you guys. Anybody who played catch up, whoop, whoop to you, and a whoop, whoop for anybody who does the replay. I appreciate all of you. Anyone who has subscribed, I appreciate you. So make sure you do give the stream, a thumbs up, leave a comment below, all the YouTube things. And I also I'm working on redoing my coffee site, and I just redid the description of it being supporting me in terms of not only for all of the soap that I'm making, the other things I'm making by hand, but also for me as a consumer advocate and putting out this type of content. So if you are interested in supporting me in that way and all that kind of stuff, and you can join the conversation and help me over there, I would appreciate you to just go ahead and, joining my coffee. Or you can even just buy a cup of coffee from me, or you can do I think there's like a super thanks or some kind of thanks thing, for the stream. You can do that too, whatever makes you happy. And you can just choose to, just go ahead and subscribe, because that always is helpful as well. Whatever you can do to, support the channel is fantastic. I appreciate it. And with that, I think I'm going to get down on the go-go, because poor little Chalupa, after getting his dental, I know he just wants to cuddle bug with his mama. And Salsa, she's under the fluffy blanket because she's all comfy cozy down there. And I will be back soon. I'm not sure exactly at what time or when, but, do look for me. Keep your eyes open. There will be more articles that will come out, and I will also share those with you on stream and all that sort of stuff. But I do just want to say thank you all so very much. And don't forget, you're beautiful, and I love you. Until next time, have a good one, everyone. And thanks again.